You're right. You're right about everything. That's the reply I always give to New Agers, right-wingers, left-wingers, whatever they say. They're trying to prove an argument. They're fighting hard for it. And I say, you're right. And what's next? And they say like, well, next, you actually say I'm right? I say, yes, you're right. What's next? And you agree with my opinion? Yes, I agree with every single opinion of yours. What's next? And they don't know what to do. It's like talking with those freaks, flat earthers and no landings on the moon, and saying, yes, there was no landing on the moon. Right. The earth is flat. What's next? What are you gonna do about it? They go, what? I don't know what. Cognitive errors. Now, this lecture will be about objective truth. What is it? It exists, but we cannot possibly claim it. All religion, philosophy, theology was created by mortals to interpret things. In other words, citing, for example, the Evangelion of Adam from Nag Hammadi, the objective truth is on the mountain of truth, unavailable to mortals. Citing Parmenides on his meeting with the goddess Nyx, mortals have only doxas, opinions about divinities. So, what can we do, however, is approximate certain conventional truths on which we may agree. The more precise, scientific and truthful, the better. Conventional truths is something that we agree upon. Now, mathematics, another discipline. We have objective truth of mathematical language that can be proven by proofs. It is objective in essence, platonizing it a bit about metaphysical essences, but back to mathematics. It is an objective language of proofs and logic, undeniably. Now, how often people in everyday parole use logic or mathematics in order to explain certain things? Not many do. Most people are governed by opinions without education, emotions while being completely meshed up, and opinions are linked with emotions. So whenever they are engineered or whatever the whim or whatever caprice, there the truth go. So we have those heavily believing, blind, fated people that say, yes, Jesus is our Lord. And you say, no. And they say, no, you are a liar. But you believe that it is the truth. It is not the truth, as historically proven. You may believe that it is true, you may be fanatical about it, you may be a good person, good intended even, but facts are different. So this is a question of your blind faith, not of truth. So, how do we arrive at truth? I may tell you one method that is quite of importance to me. It's the hypothetical inductive deductive method. So, by education, by learning, by developing critical thought, by acquiring episteme, knowledge, we experience things through senses, through the mind, through the spiritual sense even. And then we act in interpretation, and based on our conciseness and logic and understanding, even if counterintuitive sometimes to break through cognitive dissonances, cognitive biases are a fact, then we may induce something from a particular thing. We know something general, we induce something particular towards the general idea. And from the general idea, we deduce the particulars. And we create a feedback loop based on our knowledge, experience, and we update this system all the time. Our knowledge is updated, our thinking is updated, our critical apparatus is improving, our intelligence multiplies by intelligence. Now, most people are not willing to engage in critical thought. Most people are not willing to engage in reading because this is a luxury. Academic discipline, cross-disciplinary general scientists that read everything. That is very rare. But what I would like to say is that your conventional truths and your echo chambers are not objective truth. And even with the highest degree of acumen, whether intellectual, spiritual, knowledgeable, scientific, like citing one Feynman, we have described certain laws, physical laws of the universe. Is it everything that there is? No, it is not. But it is the best that we discovered so far, according to our instrumentarium and the possibility of understanding the world. So it is. But that needs a rigorous basis. Now in metaphysics, for example, in New Age, you can have an array using your imagination, saying that you contact other galaxies, or that a little spirit is floating by, or that there is one god or multiple gods, or what is the nature of those gods. You may think, or you may believe that a cat is a hidden alien, for example. Anyway, this is your imagination. You need to verify it. What is the proof? What is your experience with that? And if you cannot prove it even to yourself, be honest with yourselves. Because if the belief is unsupported by any form of experience and it is floating in thin air, you are building castles of delusions that collapse very easily as soon as you discover that it is bullshit. For example, Christian believers that are fanatical, all of a sudden something hits them at the root of their belief systems and their whole worldview collapses. I had a friend who was an arduous Catholic, up to a point when he discovered that historicity and hypocrisy and irrationalism, he was an engineer by training, of this religion is just not capable of holding. What happened? His belief systems, his monolithic belief systems fell apart. And what happened? He turned not into an atheist, but into a fringe New Ager supermarket of beliefs. Everything, like a vacuum machine, taking all the theories, all the conspiracy theories, all at once. That was a disaster. So, the belief that you have, you are also responsible for. And the better you use your reason in ordering your belief systems, the better. Because of course, certain reality structure in the mind is necessary for you to function in the real life. You don't need to unglue yourself from physical reality and the foundations in order to swing high with your mind and soul up to the spheres of the planets. You don't. But you need a solid, precise, hermetic, that means ordered, very intelligible whole. And then, based on all of those factors, you may perform hermeneuon, that is interpretation, that is delimitation of what you know, what you believe, what you perceive. So, mentioning all that, I would like to cite Shobogenzo by Master Dogen, Zenji, 13th century Zenist. He launched the Soto Zen school after being trained by the Buddhist Chan masters in China. So he launched this school in Japan, and it is written in the Shobogenzo that one Japanese prince said that what is true to one is false to another, and vice versa. And that is a common thing. The point when people agree with each other is not a point of wisdom. The point when they train the agreement in the greatest of combat of minds and philosophical exchange of ideas, exchange of science, exchange of all the greatness. That's where civilization and culture begins. But if you base everything on belief, preference, opinion and emotion all mixed up in some witch's brew, then you end up like a total fool. And these total fools create a mass of fools that is making life very difficult for the others. And sooner or later, those fools strike you. They take you for the devil because you're too intelligent, you have too much knowledge, or this or that. They say, don't believe science. Science is too difficult for us. We want to believe in that, in our bullshit. Don't believe in volumes of, ancient theologies, corpore. Don't think about them. It's too difficult. Let's believe in Jesus. Don't you dare undermine what we believe in. Why? Because we are like little children, lost helplessly in our little sandbox. Don't take our little shovels away. These are our sand castles. Don't destroy our sand castles. And you say, okay, these are your toys. Have your shovels and castles, I'm not taking it away from you children. But then the children go crazy, and then there is this intelligent child or intelligent girl or boy building some magnificent structure in the sandbox. And then those other children come screaming, "We know better, infidel," and destroy everything that girl or boy built. And they're like, what the hell? What for? So this is a question of infantilism and fetishism too. Of adults. Adults that are infantile. Regressed on the level of a child. I understand some people have difficult lives. They have no luxury to educate themselves. But in the past days, they looked towards experts. They were looking towards people that taught them something. But nowadays, everyone is an expert. From your next door idiot to a foolish bitch that sells you nonsense. And experts are forgotten. Don't trust the experts. We know better. Celebrity charisma cult. And they damage everything that was built. Idiocracy, truly.